Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley, I'm an exercise physiologist, and today we're going to be talking about escapism. So escapism is anything that takes us out of reality long enough to find relief, pleasure, or entertainment. The dictionary definition of escapism is the tendency to seek distraction and relief from unpleasant realities, especially by seeking entertainment or engaging in fantasy. Do you know anyone that does this? Do you do it? The answer is probably yes if you are living in the year 2023. With everything that's going on in the world, good or bad, we are overwhelmed as a society in America and around the world. So it's not a surprise that most people are looking for ways to escape in their life. So how do we build a life that we don't want to escape from? Well, I don't have all the answers, but I'm going to give you some tips today on how to do just that. All right, so there was a study that analyzed different escapism behaviors, and these behaviors were gaming, gambling, internet use, and excessive drinking. So they compared all these addictive or escapism factors, and this is what they found out. So it says that excessive gamblers reported more excessive gaming. Those more involved in excessive gaming showed higher propensities towards excessive gambling and excessive internet use. Excessive internet users reported more excessive gaming than non-excessive internet users. Respondents consuming more alcohol were more inclined to gamble excessively, whereas those experiencing psychological distress were less involved in excessive gaming and more inclined toward excessive internet use. So I'll link the study below. You can read it for yourself, just kind of comparing those behaviors. Okay, so one item that wasn't mentioned was or is eating food. Food can be a drug. Food can be something we do very mindfully or very mindlessly. So we're thinking about it, we're conscious about it, and we are, using food as fuel to fuel our bodies, to give our bodies nutrients. And then there's the times where we're just wanting to eat for pleasure. So where does that balance lie? And when does it become escapism? When does eating become escapism? Is America eating itself to death? You can go anywhere, to a mall, to a theme park in America, pretty much anywhere you go. If you look and size up the people around you, most people are not really, I don't want to say aware, maybe they are aware of their health, their physical health or limitations, if they have them, or just kind of, how they feel in their body. Everyone's just kind of, trying to survive, as we have a lot more challenges with inflation. And I know every single generation experiences their difficulties. Right now is a really, really hard time for a lot of people. So it's easy and it's accessible to get food to use for people to numb themselves and to escape from reality. Okay, so I have plenty of videos on my channel on how to deal with this type of thing. I think just kind of slowing down and, really what we need is a wake-up call where maybe we're in the behavior, maybe it's eating, maybe it's drinking, maybe it's something else, gambling, whatever it is, having that wake-up call of like, hey, this is escapism for me. This isn't actually nourishing me. Even if it's not food, it's not nourishing me, it's not providing any type of benefit to my life, then let me stop it. I'm going to stop doing this behavior. And once we have that reality, have that wake-up call in our life, we have the choice now to choose a different path and hopefully choose the right one and get on the right path so that we can start feeling better and creating our lives to be in such a way that we don't have to escape, or we have to escape less, because stress is always going to be there. There's good stress and there's bad stress, but the stress, or maybe it's just the habits, right? So maybe we just have habits of escapism. There are routines of how we deal with things in life that aren't necessarily helpful or beneficial. And yes, can everything be good in moderation? Sure. But at what point are things out of control? And at what point do we realize that? And then at what point do we consider it that we are trying to check out to be able to deal with whatever situation or emotion that we are experiencing or trying to avoid? Okay, so a couple more things concerning food and diet. There is a pressure to eat, especially around the holidays. People feel obliged to eat when people serve them food or provide food for them. People also tend to feel, a sense of maybe joy during the holidays or loss that could lead someone to overeat. Maybe sometimes you overeat because you don't want to waste food. Maybe you took food home from a party, or you made too much food for everyone in your house, and so you have to save it, and then you end up eating it. Instead of that, you can just throw it away. Okay, instead of that, just throw it away. Or you can give it to the homeless. If you go look for homeless people, or you can give it to an organization that takes care of that kind of thing. Okay, buffets are also high pressure situations to lead people to eat more than they should, to overeat. And that's really the thing, guys. Food is nourishment. Food can be fun. We can have this balance in our lives, but the problem is when people are mindlessly eating and just consuming food just to kind of feel or fill some kind of hole. Okay, we talked about gambling, we talked about gaming, we talked about drinking, and there's many other things that can fill that void temporarily, okay, and maybe get us to the next day or get us to the next situation. If we're doing things back to back all day, maybe those things are hits in ways that we can just kind of get through the day. But I challenge you to really try to find other ways and healthy ways to deal with life so that we don't have to escape. Make sure you're drinking enough water. It's simple things, making sure you're having fresh fruits and vegetables, that you're making time to exercise, sweating, getting those emotions out, feeling like you're able to release any type of pent up emotion that may be causing you to feel like you need to run or get away. Okay, fast food really causes inflammation in the body. Processed foods, fast foods, we all know this, right? So I've been enjoying spinning classes, and in one of my classes, the instructor said at the end of the class, we had burned like 500 calories, we worked really hard, and then she was like, oh, I'm gonna go to McDonald's and get a #1 with a Diet Coke. And while it's a little bit off topic, I think it kind of ties in. Your exercise should be challenging, but it should also be a part of your healthy lifestyle. Not something you want to escape from, not something you necessarily want to reward yourself for with bad food, because, fast food isn't only bad for us because it's calorie dense and it's going to make us, gain weight. Oftentimes, it actually causes a lot of inflammation, a lot of systemic inflammation in the brain, in the organs, and it's just, maybe if you had it once in a while, it wouldn't be a really big deal, but the problem is that when people are having it chronically, they can create big problems. And, unfortunately, this isn't only a problem in the United States, it's a problem, as we know, all around the world. Okay, so, a little bit to think about today. I know that I've been out for a couple weeks. I apologize, I was traveling a little bit. I had some time today to shoot a video, and I wanted to connect with you guys. So hopefully you found this information moving. I wanted to leave you with a Bible verse, and that is going to be found in Corinthians 10:13. 1 Corinthians. No temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to man. But God is faithful. He's faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond that what you are able. but with the temptation will also make the way for escape, that you may be able to endure it. So, God is our escape, right? If you're a Christian, God is your escape. Start acting like it. Start utilizing Him as your escape. How can you do that? Through prayer, through quiet time with Him, through just an acknowledgement of His presence in a situation. Are we going to be perfect? No. I mess up all the time. But at the end of the day, I'm asking God for forgiveness and I'm seeking to do His will. And I don't do it perfect. But at the end of the day, I do have that peace in knowing that He is my escape and that I'm hiding in the shadow of His wings, and so can you. So if you're interested in starting a relationship with God, you can just pray a simple prayer. You can ask Jesus, the Creator, God, to come into your heart and to fill your life and to change your life. And just simply sit and ask God if He's real. You can ask Him to change your life and to make things better. And I'm not saying things will get better right away, but the more we listen to Him, the more we follow on that path of goodness and righteousness and holiness in Christ, life becomes a lot easier to bear, and then we don't have to escape from things that would normally make us feel out of control. So again, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.